You probably do not associate Greenwood Village with anything cheap. But if you need to fill your gas tank, get on down to that fancy suburb south of Denver, because there's stations selling gas for $1 cheaper than the statewide average. Suburban Steve Steger got a lesson in the economics of gas stations today.
Ever since this quick trip opened on Arapahoe Road west of I-25, it has put on a show for drivers passing by, because nearly daily this station drops the price of gas, then the others follow. Friday, the magic number was $2.40.
Why'd you come here?
Because the price of gas was significantly cheaper here than anywhere else I've seen.
How can these gas stations sell gas $1 cheaper than the statewide average?
That's a very good question.
While other stations, like this one about 2 miles away, sell gas much higher.
I would say greed, personally. I mean, if they're making money here, so the other companies should be able to swing that.
Not quite.
The margins on gas itself are tiny. Generally, I think the margin is about 1.5% on fuel. Even though fuel is the #1 thing that's sold at a gas station, it is not how gas station owners make their money.
Skylar McKinley with AAA says gas can actually be a loss leader for gas stations, a lure to get people inside to spend money.
They make their money off you coming inside, buying some Doritos, a Diet Coke, a roll or hot dog. That's where the money is to be made at gas stations.
He says new operators are often more willing to take a loss at the pump, so you check out their store.
About 44% of people who go to the gas station actually will go inside, and about 1/3 of those folks will make a purchase.
And they lower prices to stand out against competitors. There are 4 stations in this mile strip of Arapahoe.
We're right down the street. It's $2.89. So another 40 cents to drive a little while. Can't beat it.
The Valero across the street from the Quick Trip appears to have already raised the white flag after weeks of keeping up. The manager there tells me his corporate owners aren't willing to take that big of a loss anymore. They'll wait it out because gas wars don't last forever.
It'll be sustained for a little bit, but eventually prices fall in line with the market. Nobody can afford to lose that much money on gas.
So the manager of that Valero across from the street from the Quick Trip says that since they've stopped keeping up with the Quick Trip in prices, they've noticed a 40% dip in sales. It was dead there.
Whoa.
So what should you do?
Yeah.
Shop smart. One of those times where there might be some fluctuations in the market. And remember that even if the gas is cheap somewhere, driving too far for a cheap price doesn't necessarily mean that you're saving money.
Yeah. And you were telling me that the gas stations even make bank if you don't go in. There's a little secret outside.
One of the biggest margins I learned today is the air machine. You know, where you go and you pay to put air in your tires?
Yeah.
I always do it wherever I get the oil change. They usually do the air for free. Sure. But if you're really desperately in need of air, that's something they make money on. Even if they rent those machines, the margins are still huge on them.
I would not have thought that.
Yeah.
You learn all kinds of things when Steve Steger comes back to Next.
Happy to be
Thanks
here.
for making a guest appearance, my friend.